Hi, my name is Claudia, and I'm a senior web development student here at CSU. Um, a little bit about my project. For this final project, I've chosen to create a theme generator application. So, a little bit about that. Let's get into it. So, something I've noticed, whether it's here in this class or other projects, something that nobody wants to spend time on is creating a theme for their applications, whether that's a website, a code, anything like that. It's one of those tedious things that nobody really likes doing because they want to get to the meat of things. So, something I wanted to do was to help alleviate that and develop a theme generator which would help the user kind of make that starting place because sometimes we don't want to, or sometimes we just struggle with making color theory. So, a thought that I had was that maybe the user should be able to look at a couple of pictures and it will generate a theme based off of what their choices are. So that's what I've done. I've created an application that will kind of create a theme based off of user input. So the generator explained in my little generator here, it's a very, very rudimental kind of concept. So I have only 5 questions that the user can pick through. And of that, there will be 2 answers that the user picks from, and there are 5 output options, not including a kind of placement inconclusive answer. So, say a user has kind of inconclusive feedback, it goes back to one base theme that I have already set into the program. Um, and then, of course, it'll generate one result out of that. So, how did I get to this? Let's talk about it. So, for starters, I had to create an algorithm that would take pictures and kind of sort them into themes. So, I had a set plan in my brain that I wanted 2 different options for the user to pick from. So, the user would pick one or the other. And based off of that, I had the 5 themes, and it would add or subtract based off of what the user input. So, say the user wanted picture A, then it would trigger off 2 to 3 of the themes. If they pick the other, it would set the other themes. So based off of that and those 5 questions, it'll generate a grand theme that the user will have at the end of the code. So in coding this, something that I had to do was a little bit of research. I did utilize previous assignments, especially when it came down to doing that file export process, but all in all, it's a very lovely code. um, and then, of course, taking this and organizing it. So when I initially started, I had my whiteboard, I had my 5 themes, and I had my idea that I wanted one or the other, and based off of that, it would trigger the themes. So after that, coding that, I had to make it into a visible form and make it an application. So speaking of that, it's demo time. So let's go ahead and open Visual Studio here and run my code. So starting off, as it loads here, you'll see that it's very rudimental. I didn't really want to focus too much into the theme of this. I just wanted to make sure that it was working and it was working well. So you might kind of tell that it's very, very, very dry in that theme aspect. Definitely, if I have an opportunity to work on this feature in the future, I will definitely want to do that because it kind of is very hypocritical for me to not really have a good theme on a theme generator, but it's beside the point. So we begin the quiz, and as you can see, the user is presented with 2 different options here, and both of these will trip off a couple of the themes. So let's say I have a theme in mind and taking this, so I'm just going to show y'all that this works. So we start with the sun, click a neon sign, do the desert cactus, the messy bookshelf, and the mossy lake. And that'll give us our autumn theme. So here we have it with the font and the 2 color swatches that I have here with the hexadecimal. Um, say the user is just looking at this right now, they have this visual representation, but if they want to save this for future reference, they have the option to save the results, and it'll save it into a file, a text file. So there itself is the name of the file. So I'm going to go over here to the location that I have it saved already, and you can see that I've already tried it 2 more times before this. So this is my 3rd time recording this. Um, so yeah, um, there it is right there. I click that, and you'll see right there that that information matches up. Wow. All right. So let's say that we want to do this multiple times. We hit the tick again, and it clears out all previously entered feedback. Um, so this time around, I'm going to actually test it for the inconclusive result. So say the user has not really a set in stone idea of what they want, and so they just click random answers here and there. So like, let's say moon, let's say neon sign, but let's also say grassy fields, tidy bookshelf, and then blissful ocean. Oh, look, we actually pulled up a theme. My bad. Um, let's take it again. I did not mean to do that, but I've been looking at this code all day long, so there we go. Grayscale. So this is the result that's kind of inconclusive. So to kind of verify that it's inconclusive, I have this additional button right here. This kind of shows that there is a visible tie in the results. So as we can see here, it trips off the red and black theme, but it also trips off the autumn colors theme. But obviously here, we have very, very minimal feedback towards the gray and white scale theme, which is the result of this. So by default, if there's a tie, it gives the user the grayscale. I kind of think of this as very funny as like somebody just very, very kind of scatterbrained and it's just the application telling them to chill out, but it's the inconclusive result here. So doing that again, I'm going to save the results. There we go, saved. You just see it pop up right there. And there it is again. Wow. So that is my code. I hope you guys enjoyed viewing this as I very much enjoyed coding it. Thank you. How do I get out of here?